At 81, I've faced a lot of challenges, but I never expected one of the most dangerous places in my home to be the bathroom. It's quiet, familiar, and deceptively simple. But make no mistake, one wrong move in that room can change your life in an instant, and it nearly changed mine. It might seem like a simple space, but as we age, what once felt routine can quietly become risky. I learned this the hard way after a fall I never saw coming. One moment I was reaching for a towel, the next I was on the floor, confused, hurt, and scared. That fall changed how I see everything. And I'm not the only one. Doctors have long warned about this, but most people don't listen until it's too late. So today, I want to share 5 bathroom habits seniors need to avoid and why doctors are raising the alarm. These aren't just suggestions, they're lessons I wish someone had told me sooner. Stay with me until the end, because some of these may surprise you, and if you have a parent or loved one over 65, this might be exactly what they need to hear before something happens. Let's get started. Habit 1. Ignoring grab bars. Let's start with the one thing that almost everyone underestimates: grab bars. You might not think much of them. Just metal rails on the wall, right? Cold, uninviting. Something you see in hospitals or public restrooms. I used to think the same. I'm steady, I'm careful, I don't need those yet. But here's the truth most of us don't want to admit. We're not as steady as we used to be. Doctors have been sounding the alarm for years. Falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults, and the bathroom is where most of them happen. Why? Slippery surfaces, water on the floor, sudden movements, no support. I learned this lesson the hard way. I remember the morning so clearly. I was stepping out of the shower, just like I had 1,000 times before. I had a towel in one hand, my other hand brushing the fog off the mirror. My foot slipped just a little, not much, but it was enough. There was nothing to hold on to. My arm flailed, trying to find something, anything. But the wall was slick with condensation. I fell. My back hit the cold tile. My hip slammed the edge of the tub. I lay there, stunned. Not just from the pain, but from the fear. That single fall turned into 6 weeks of recovery, doctor visits, and physical therapy. And you know what every professional asked me? Did you have a grab bar? I didn't. Not because I couldn't afford it. Not because I didn't know better. But because I was proud. Because I thought needing help meant giving up my independence. But what I didn't realize is that grab bars don't take your independence away. They help you keep it. Since then, I've had them installed by the shower, beside the toilet, even in the hallway near the bathroom door, and I use them every single day. Here's what doctors say. Having a grab bar within reach during transitions, like standing up from the toilet or stepping out of the tub, reduces fall risk by up to 70%. That's not a small number. That's your safety, your peace of mind, and your mobility, all tied to one simple piece of hardware. And for those of you thinking, I don't want my bathroom to look like a hospital, I hear you, but they make stylish ones now. You can get grab bars that match your decor, even ones that double as towel racks. Functional and discreet. What's less discreet? Being carried out of your own home on a stretcher? I don't say that to scare you. I say that because you deserve to stay safe in the home you love. And ignoring something as small as a grab bar could be the one decision that changes everything. I wish I had installed mine before I needed it, not after. So, if you're watching this and still wondering if you really need one, ask yourself, do you ever feel unsteady when getting out of the tub or shower? Have you ever had to hold on to the sink or towel rack for balance? Do you live alone, or is help not always nearby? If you answered yes to even one of those, then don't wait. Get them installed. Today. You may never know how many falls you prevent by having them, but I can promise you this. You'll sleep easier knowing you did something to protect yourself. Because the truth is, safety isn't about giving in to age. It's about fighting to keep your freedom. Habit 2. Rushing. Let me be honest with you. I never used to think of myself as someone who rushed. I was always cautious, steady on my feet, and careful with my steps. But somewhere along the line, I began hurrying more than I realized. It usually started the same way. I'd be sitting in my chair reading, or dozing off in the evening, when suddenly that urge hit me, the kind that says, "You need to get to the bathroom. Now." And what did I do? What we all do. I stood up fast, shuffled quickly down the hall, focused only on getting there in time. And then one night, something changed. I got up too quickly. My blood pressure dropped, the world tilted, and within seconds, I was down. I had fainted halfway to the bathroom, hitting the edge of the hallway table on the way down. Doctors later explained it to me in very clear terms. Rushing to the bathroom, especially at night, is one of the top causes of falls among seniors. It's not just about slippery floors, it's about what happens inside our bodies when we go from resting to rushing. As we get older, our circulatory systems slow down. That means when you rise quickly from a bed or chair, your blood pressure can dip dramatically. It's called orthostatic hypotension. The result? Dizziness, lightheadedness, or even blacking out. And here's the thing, it doesn't always warn you first. Sometimes it hits before your hand even reaches for the wall. That's exactly what happened to me. After that fall, I started noticing how many of my friends had similar stories, rushing to the bathroom because they were embarrassed about needing to go frequently, trying not to bother someone, wanting to prove they were still in control. But doctors say the real control comes from planning ahead. Now I keep a motion-activated nightlight on the floor near my bed, no fumbling in the dark. I keep a sturdy cane nearby just in case. And I take a deep breath, sit up slowly, swing my legs over the bed, and count to 5 before standing. I even time my fluid intake differently now. No more drinking a glass of water right before bed. Instead, I hydrate earlier in the day so those late-night trips happen less often. And here's something else. Many seniors feel ashamed to use bedside commodes or even adult protective underwear. But you know what's more inconvenient than a little extra precaution? A broken hip? A hospital stay? Months of recovery? If you've ever felt like you had to rush to avoid an accident, please understand, you're not weak and you're not alone, but rushing only increases the chance of a much bigger problem. Doctors often say this: slow is smooth and smooth is safe. That applies perfectly here. And if you're someone who still feels like, "I've got this, I can move fast enough," I want to lovingly challenge you. What's the rush? Is it pride, habit, fear of embarrassment? Whatever the reason, it's not worth a fall. You've spent your whole life building something, raising kids, working hard, staying strong. Don't let one hurried moment undo it all. So here's what I suggest. Use night lights in the bedroom and hallway. Keep slippers or shoes with non-slip soles by your bed. Sit up and stand slowly, especially after resting. Don't be afraid to ask for help or use supportive tools. And most importantly, give yourself time. The bathroom isn't going anywhere. The people who love you would rather wait a minute than spend months visiting you in rehab. So if you're watching this and thinking, "Yeah, I've rushed before," you're not alone. But you can change that. Today. Your safety starts with one small decision. Slowing down. Habit 3. Holding it in this one. This one's personal. I never thought I'd be talking about this in public. But the truth is, it's something most seniors do, quietly and far too often. We don't talk about it at lunch with friends. We don't mention it during doctor visits unless we're pressed. We just hold it in. We hold it in on long car rides so we don't have to ask the driver to stop. We hold it in at family dinners so we don't seem disruptive. We hold it in while watching TV because we think, "I can make it to the next commercial." But doctors have made it very clear, holding in your urine or bowel movements can have serious consequences. And I learned that lesson the hard way. A few years ago, I started noticing that my bathroom habits were changing. I wasn't going as often. I felt bloated more frequently. There were times I'd hold it for hours, not because I didn't feel the urge, but because I told myself it wasn't convenient. I didn't want to seem old by needing the bathroom more often than others. I didn't want to be a bother, and I certainly didn't want to admit that I had lost some control. But then came the night I woke up with the most excruciating pain in my lower abdomen. I thought maybe it was something I ate, or just gas. I paced the floor, drank water, waited, but nothing helped. By morning, I was doubled over in pain. My daughter rushed me to urgent care. The diagnosis? A urinary tract infection, serious enough to spread to my kidneys. I ended up in the hospital for 5 days. The doctor looked me in the eye and said, "This could have been avoided if you listened to your body instead of ignoring it." That hit me hard. And I know I'm not alone in this. Doctors say that as we age, the muscles in our bladder and digestive system weaken. Our ability to hold it decreases, and our risk of complications goes way up the longer we delay. Here's what can happen when you hold in urine or stool too long. Urinary tract infections, UTIs. Bacteria multiply when urine stays in the bladder too long. UTIs aren't just uncomfortable, they can lead to kidney infections, confusion, and even hospitalizations in older adults. Bladder stretching or weakening. Over time, holding it in regularly can stretch the bladder muscles, making it harder to empty completely, leading to incontinence or the need for catheters. Constipation and fecal impaction. When you ignore the urge to go, your stool gets harder and drier, making it painful or nearly impossible to pass. This can result in a blockage that may require medical intervention. Increased risk of falls. Rushing to the bathroom at the last second because you waited too long increases your chance of falling, especially at night when lighting is low and your balance is off. But here's the part that's hardest to talk about: shame. Many older adults, myself included, don't want to admit they're having trouble. We fear being judged. We don't want to be pitied. We don't want to talk about bladder leaks or constipation or needing too many breaks. But keeping it to ourselves only leads to damage, not just to our bodies, but to our peace of mind. I remember one family outing, sitting in the car for over an hour. I needed to go, but I didn't want to be the one to ask to stop. I held it. By the time we arrived, I was so uncomfortable I couldn't enjoy the evening. I was embarrassed. I had a small accident, and I spent the whole night hiding in shame when I should have been laughing with my grandkids. Since then, I've learned to do something very simple: listen to my body without guilt. Now, I plan ahead. I don't wait for the right moment. I make the moment. If I'm on the road, I speak up. If I'm at a restaurant, I excuse myself. If I feel the urge, I trust it. Doctors say that urgency and frequency are signals, not annoyances. They're ways your body communicates that something needs attention. And if something feels off, burning, pain, blood, or just not right, I talk to my doctor. Not next month, not when it's more convenient. Now I've also embraced tools I once avoided: a discreet bladder pad on longer outings, a scheduled routine for bathroom breaks, a conversation with my doctor about diet and hydration, and even pelvic floor exercises, which actually help strengthen those muscles we often lose over time. None of this makes me less than. It makes me wise. So if you've been ignoring that urge to go, delaying until it's a better time, or staying quiet out of embarrassment, I want you to ask yourself, are you protecting your pride or putting your health at risk? Because the longer you wait, the higher the price you pay. And believe me, your dignity is not in holding it. Your dignity is in staying well. Habit 4. Using unsafe products: toilet seat risers, slippery rugs, harsh cleaning products. Most of us don't give a second thought to the tools we use in the bathroom, but the wrong ones can be dangerous. Doctors warn especially about rugs that don't grip, products with strong fumes, and toilet seats that are too low or unstable. All of these increase your risk of injury or breathing problems. I remember buying a cheap mat from the store. It looked soft. I thought it would be comfortable, but it slid on the tile like ice. One wrong step, and I was flat on my back. Now I use non-slip everything: mats, shoes, even a seat riser with arm supports. I also got rid of chemical-heavy cleaners that made me dizzy in a small enclosed space. What's convenient isn't always what's safe. Ask yourself, is your bathroom set up for comfort, or is it actually putting you at risk? Habit 5. Not talking about it. This might be the most important one of all. Too many seniors feel embarrassed about bathroom issues. We stay silent about constipation, bladder leaks, or sudden changes in bowel habits. But doctors warn, ignoring those signs can lead to life-threatening conditions. I stayed quiet about blood in my stool for weeks, telling myself it was probably nothing. It wasn't. Thankfully, I got checked in time, but I met others who weren't as lucky. Now I tell everyone, if something changes in your bathroom routine, speak up. Tell your doctor. Tell your kids. Don't be ashamed, be smart. Bathroom habits are nothing to hide. They're a window into your health, so ask yourself, what are you not saying, and why? If you're still watching this video and learning something new, please comment number 5 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a second to do that and turn on the bell so you don't miss important health tips like this one. Final thoughts. Looking back, I don't regret growing older. I'm grateful for every year. But I do regret the habits I didn't break and the warnings I didn't listen to. The bathroom might seem harmless, but it's where so many avoidable accidents and illnesses begin. I learned that the hard way. You don't have to. Before something happens, make the changes now. Install that grab bar. Take your time. Don't be embarrassed to talk. And above all, listen to your body. Because the small decisions you make today can keep you safe, independent, and in control tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. I'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you plan to change after watching this video? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep creating honest content to keep you informed and empowered. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.